Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you may know, McGrath has been releasing her amazing eyeshadow quads and they're called the Blitz Astral quads. So she first released her Nocturnal Nirvana and the iconic Illumination quads on Sephora, and I did do a review slash comparison video on my channel. And now she did announce on her Instagram stories that a third one was coming, and it was called the Ritualistic Rose Palette, and it was only available on the McGrath website, and now it's also available on Sephora, and it is back in stock on the McGrath website as well. So I did order it, and it just took so long for it to get delivered, and the tracking said that it was supposed to get delivered next week, which was even more sad, but surprise, surprise, pleasantly surprised, it got delivered today. So here it is, and I'm so excited to try this on. I did swatch it, but I'm going to be exploring the quads with you guys, so let's get right into it. So the Ritualistic Rose palette comes in this pink packaging. It's pretty similar to the Nocturnal Nirvana and the iconic Illumination. Those were in blue and red, and this one's in this baby peach pink sort of shade, and standard packaging just like the Nocturnal Nirvana one. And this is how it looks. So I think this is a better angle. It's got these cranberry sort of rosy pink and this duochrome sort of shade with a shift of gold and pink, a bronze shade and a gold shade. And let's see what they're called. So the gold one is called Antique Gold. This one's called the Astral Rose Orchid. The pink one is called the Rose Quartz, and the bronze one is called Beyond Bronze. So that's how this palette looks. Let's swatch it. So today I'm going to start with the bronze. I think this is how the bronze shade looks, and this is how the bronze swatches. It has no sparkle, it's just a very shimmery sort of bronze shade. Next I'm going to swatch this gold shade. This is how this gold looks. It does seem to have maybe a little bit of sparkle, but not so much. Let's see. I think I'm going to swatch it a little bit here. Next I have this rose shade, and I really like this shade. Oh wow, look at that. And this is how the rose shade looks, and this has got a lot of sparkle. Let me swatch it one more time. And the last one is this Astral shade. This is one of those very sparkly shades, and oh man, so this has got this shift, pink and gold shift, and it's really pretty. Maybe one more time. Oh wow, see that? Oh wow, that shade. Oh, this is so beautiful. So before I swatch them on my eye, I want to compare these shades with some of the shades that might be comparable, some of the shades I might have in my collection that might be comparable. I'm not sure, so let's see. So for the bronze shade, I want to go into the Biba palette rustic shade and see how that compares. And this is how the rustic shade looks. So pretty similar, yeah. I think the Ritualistic Rose has a little bit more sparkle, but not much of a difference. If you can see the sparkle a little bit, I think that's the only difference, but very similar. Next, I want to compare the Ritualistic Gold shade with the Nocturnal Nirvana Gold shade. I think this Nocturnal Nirvana Gold shade has less sparkle compared to this one. So, and it does feel a little bit more gritty as well, and this one's more smooth to touch. So this one's Ritualistic Rose, and this one is from the Nocturnal Nirvana palette. And just to compare like a frame of reference from the Mothership palette, this is the only Mothership palette I have, so this is the only gold I have that I can compare. So this one's even more deeper. So I'll just apply it right here. So as you can see, this one's a bit more rusty, I guess. Still gold, but a little bit of rusticness to it. So for this pink one, I don't have anything like I can call a comparison sort of shade, but I can show you some shades that I have to give you a frame of reference, like how different this is. So let's do that. So I have this Urban Decay Cherry palette and I'm picking the shade Young Love. And so first of all, nothing is as glittery as a Pat McGrath shimmery shade. Like it's not, it doesn't exist, so nothing can be compared. But I'll just show you why I say so. So this is how the Urban Decay shade looks like, and I'm just going to apply it here. And this is basically a shimmery shade. And I'll also take the Natasha Denona palette and maybe go into some of these pinks to show you. I'll pick this one first, and this one's Viola. Looks like this. So Magnetic looks like this. Again, very different. And last one is, I don't know what to call it, Purpure, P-U-R-P-U-R-E. I have no idea how to pronounce that. So that's how this looks. So again, this is just glitter city. Like this is completely, this is all pigment, and this is glitter which has got some pigment underneath it. And oh yeah, and I have the Hourglass Scattered Light Glitter, and this is the shade Aura. I think this is the only pink glitter that I have, and I could show you the difference. So this one is slightly lighter, and this one's like deeper. Plus, the pigment in this is very subtle, while this one is basically glitter on steroids. So that's where the difference is. So this is the Pat McGrath, and this is the Hourglass glitter. So first of all, there's a shade difference, and there's a difference in the amount of glitter that this one has. In the camera, it might look a little bit same, which it is, but there is a little bit of difference in the amount of glitter that this one has. This has a lot more of it, but the effect is kind of similar. That I can definitely say. So this last one, this Astral shade, it looks like this, and I have to compare it with two shades that I have. I have the Tarte Chrome Pot, and it's called Froze, and this is also a gold pink shade, and let me swatch it. This one's the Pat McGrath one, and this one is the Froze one. So if I move these, both have this shift, gold to pink shift, but this one is like, it's glitter, like not shimmer, glitter. So you will see slight chunks of glitter, which just gives that extra boom to the eye. So that's kind of the difference. It's just so much glitter, and it's just beautiful. And I just love the fact that it has this shift to it as well, and I just love it. And relatively boring comparable is this Urban Decay shade, and it's called Bang Bang. So again, in this light it looks the same, but it's actually pretty dull compared to the others. I'll just swatch that as well. So this is like the beginner shade, this is next level, and this is like expert glitter level. So that's, but they all have that pink to gold shift. And I'll just reduce the light and show you. I have one top light in the room, so that's where this shines a lot more, and here also you can see the shine. So when you're in the dark, the Blitz Astral Quartz will shine a lot compared to the other shimmers and give that pop to the eye. Now let's swatch them on the eye. So while I was prepping up for the eye swatches, and I have this setting powder underneath my eye, I remember that I also wanted to show you the Mothership pink versus this pink. So let me swatch that as well before I get started. Pretty different. I mean, I know it looks different, but I just wanted to show you. So this one's more sort of coppery versus this one's more lilac. That's kind of the difference. So I'm going to start with the bronze shade. So I did try the Iconic Illumination bronze shade and I didn't like it as much. I'm hoping this one's nice. Even if it is not that nice, I don't care because I really want this quad for the pinks. So at this point, it doesn't matter, but I have a good feeling about this. Let's see. And I'm just trying it with the brush first. And if it doesn't work out, I will try my finger. I'm going to go with my finger and apply this. And today I'm going to be doing something interesting. I'm going to apply the comparable shade on this side and show you, and in fact show myself as well, how similar or different it is. I like it. This one's really good. Ooh. I do see fallout. That is kind of expected, but it's not as crazy as last time. And I do get more pigment with this bronze compared to the Iconic Illumination bronze. Okay. So on this eye, I'm going to go with the rustic shade from the Biba palette. And while applying, this one is slightly more creamy, while this one's slightly more powdery, but not exactly powdery. Like, I can't explain the feeling. This is slightly, it feels like it's slightly darker and coppery, whereas this one is not. But I think when you apply them on the eye, at least on my eye, they kind of look the same. Or is it just me? But on this side, there is fallout. On this side, there is none. So that is the difference. I like this one much better than the Iconic Illumination bronze for sure. Next, I'm going to apply both of these golds on both of my eyes. So I'll take this one on my right eye and the Nocturnal Nirvana gold on my left eye and see how it looks. So I'll just go with my finger into the Ritualistic Rose palette and apply this all over the eyelid. So far, no fallout. And while I apply this, because it's gold, I just want to talk about the gel creams that also came, highlighter. They were too chunky for my taste. I saw the swatches on Instagram and actually I did buy them, but I'm going to return them. I don't want to open them because I'm 100% sure that I don't want them, because she released the swatches and they were just too chunky. So that's the update on the gel creams. And this is applying very, very well, and it's a very nice gold shade. It's pretty nice and glittery. There's no shift. There is hardly any fallout. There is, but not so much. Yeah, looks good. Going to the Nocturnal Nirvana gold, and with my left hand, I'll dig into it and apply this all over the eyelid. It's always challenging to compare golds because there's so many golds out there. So I thought I'll just compare the Pat McGrath ones with each other rather than any other, brand or palette. That's how I decided I'll compare the golds. So this one's slightly more like lighter, and this one's slightly more deep gold, and this one's got more shine, definitely. This one's a little, the Nocturnal Nirvana gold is a bit dull. Can you tell? And if you see this nail polish shade also, you can tell this is more comparable and this one's different. And while we have this gold shade, and since we've already talked about the bronze, I thought I'll do a quick look using that bronze shade. So let's do that. So I'm going to start with my finger and take the bronze shade, apply it at the corner, and just deepen this side. Yeah, I really like this bronze shade compared to the Iconic Illumination one. So that's one look, just bronze and gold. And since I've not used the pink one yet, not swatched it on the eye, I don't want to use that shade. Otherwise, obviously you can add those shades as well and kind of do something more with this eye look. All right. And I think what I'm going to do is take the same bronze shade and do something different here. So maybe do a halo or something. Actually, you know what? What if I just apply the bronze all over this? Let's see how it looks. I'll use my finger. I feel like the finger applies it better. And I could just apply the this ritualistic gold in the center, just for a little bit of shine. And obviously applying a concealer and then applying it would make it even better, I think. Just deepening the sides. And applying a little bit of gold again. Blend this a little bit. Okay, not bad, right? Next, I want to talk about this Astral shade right here. But before I do that, I'm going to apply the Tarte Froze shade on the eye and kind of show you the difference and why I say that the Pat McGrath glitter is like glitter on steroids. So let's see. This is the Tarte one and I'll apply it on the left side of the eye. I should have taken it on my left finger, but as always I forgot. So as you can see, this is very nice creamy sort of pink and gold shade. I really like this shade right here. And with my finger, and this is one of those extra shine ones like you have in the Mothership palette, these two shades. This one's is in that category. There it is. Can you tell? That's why I say this is glitter on steroids. So this one's more subtle, comparatively more subtle, and this one is just crazy glitter. And it's beautiful. Oh my god, I'm applying this on my eye for the first time and it's just whew, fabulous, stunning. Oh wow. So now you know, even though in the swatches and on the finger they look the same, but when you apply, that's how beautiful it looks. And so that's where I feel like these, I won't use this alone. I mean, I definitely can, but what I'll do is on a day-to-day basis, if I were to use this, I would apply this shade or some other shade and apply this as a topper, and maybe just in the center, let's see, or maybe all across the eye, I don't know. Let's see. And it just elevates the eye look. Now the shine is even more. So yeah, I love it. Oof, it's lovely. So with the base, this looks even more pigmented. Without the base, it still looks nice and subtle and shiny. And yeah, it depends how you want to wear it. All right, so I'm going to talk about the last one, and this is, I think, my favorite shade. I mean, I do like this Astral shade as well, but I feel like this one is more wearable comparatively, so I really, really like this. And I feel like this one will look extra fab with this. I'm thinking of doing an eye look with both of these now. Let's see. First, I'll swatch this shade on my eye. So with my finger going into the eyelid. Ooh, man, why are you so beautiful? This is beautiful. I love, 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 love it. Wow, fab. This is stunning. I just love this shade. Wow, just blending it out. Very little actually no fallout. Yeah, that fallout is from the previous attempts of other shades. There was no fallout with this shade, which I like even more. And it is a bit textured. It's not like creamy. And yeah, I think you can wear it without any base as well, because it's super pigmented as well and shiny at the same time. I want to do an eye look with this now. So I'm just going into the bronze shade with a brush and just applying it at the bottom eye, just to kind of smoke it out a little bit. Gorgeous shade, no doubt about that. And I am applying it carefully, and I don't see too much fallout with this shade. Next, I'm tempted to apply the bronze shade here, but also apply the purple shade from the Nocturnal Nirvana palette. I know this is not a Nocturnal Nirvana palette review, but I just want to see how it looks. I'm sorry, it's just, yeah, judge me all you want, hate me all you want, but I'm gonna do that. So just taking this brush, tiny brush here, and just applying the purple shade. In fact, let me go with my finger. I don't think I have a nice brush that works with this palette. I think fingers work best with a blending brush. Oh, I like it. I think it's all smoky. I think I'm going to go with my pink shade one more time, just build it up a little bit wherever I've put a lot of purple. Still want the pink to show up. I just wanted the purple to, I guess, create a little bit of depth. Oh, I love this pink shade. Next, I want to apply this shiny Astral shade. I hope it applies with this brush. Okay, it does. So this is my Sigma E56 brush, and I'm just applying it in the corner just for that sweaty shine and a bit of duochrome effect. Oh man, and I can't find my Studio Fix Plus. I have my Morphe setting spray. Let's see if that works. I want to see how it behaves. Okay, it does behave very well. So setting spray would be a good idea to avoid fallout, but because I wanted to show how the shades apply without it, not everybody uses setting spray, so I wanted to show that, but definitely with a setting spray it'll make it even better. I put on some mascara and touched up the bronze at the bottom. I do feel something is missing, and I think I want to use this gold shade and apply it at the inner corner, just to bring the two transitions together, and maybe apply it here as well. I don't see any harm in doing that. I also want to show you how this gold shade looks like a highlighter. Even I want to see that, so I'm just taking my Morphe highlighter brush, going into the gold shade, and it's very sparkly, so I'm prepared for it. Let's see. Do I see anything? Yeah, I do. I do. Oh, yeah. That looks pretty. Definitely not as chunky as I thought it would look. So I feel like this gold is a nice highlighter as well. I mean, just apply your normal highlighter, and on as a topper of that highlighter, I think this is great. I really like it. Wow. Oh yeah, I love it. And I'm very surprised because I really thought it would look very chunky, but it really doesn't. Wow. Let's see in the forehead. Yeah, I mean, it is chunky, but not like the Natasha Denona one, or not like the swatches of the gel cream. But again, I may be wrong. I don't want to open my tubes and compare because I feel that would be a waste. I feel this is chunky enough for me. If at all I want something, you know, with that extra glitter, I think this would definitely work. So wow, I'm really happy about this. All right, so this is the final look. And I have to say, these shades, the way they look on my camera versus what they look, I think I said this in the previous video of Nocturnal Nirvana, definitely looks more shiny in real life than in camera. So yeah, something you want to keep in mind. They are really, really pretty. And again, if you want to avoid fallout, use a setting powder underneath your eye, and you can use a setting spray, and that really takes care of any extra fallout. I love this palette. It retails for $65, just like the Nocturnal Nirvana palette. And between these two, I feel like this is more neutral. I really like the bronze in this one compared to the Iconic Illumination palette. I did not like that palette as much, so I returned it, but I really like this one, and I'm glad, because otherwise I would have ended with 2 bronzes and 2 golds, which I really don't need at this point. So between Iconic Illumination and this, definitely this for sure. Between these two, it's kind of difficult because these are like more dramatic colors. So if you're looking for something neutral, I definitely recommend the Ritualistic Rose palette. But I really, really like the Nocturnal Nirvana palette as well. In fact, you can combine these two and create interesting eye looks. So if you can, buy both. If you want to choose one, go for this if you're more of a neutral person, and this if you already have a bunch of neutral shades and you're looking for something dramatic, go for the Nocturnal Nirvana one. So that's how I think I would purchase these palettes. I like them both, so I'm keeping both of them. And I'll also do a video of how I use these quads with some of my other eyeshadow palettes, so stay tuned for that. And I do want to say that I hope this is probably the last eyeshadow palette release of the year. I'm hoping, at least from Pat McGrath. I hope there are no more this year, because I think I need some time to recover. So I hope she comes up with some more quads, definitely, but give us some time to recover. And maybe come up with some more next year, maybe. I don't know, that's just a thought. Anyway, let me know how you like this video, and do subscribe to my channel. And until the next time we meet, bye.